Hi, my name is Mana. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm thrilled you stopped by. Today, I want to talk to you about inspiration. Usually, when I tell people that I journal, they ask me how and where I get my inspiration. So, let's talk all about it. Alongside, I'm also going to make my page. I made this journal maybe in May or June, I believe. I haven't used it much since then, but the flat lay of this journal makes it so much fun to use. Inspiration is something we all struggle with, and there are hidden blessings in every struggle, which takes me to my first tip: finding inspiration in everyday objects. I think much of the inspiration is all around us. Best source of journaling materials are everyday objects. For example, for my journal page here, I used a packaging paper that came in as a stuffing for a bag that I bought. Using materials such as packaging paper or old magazines, memorable tickets, can be gold mines for your art journal. This illustration that you see me cut is from a book called Herbs and Spices. Definitely one of my favorite books that I use a lot, particularly for collages. And what I did here is I fussy cut half side of the botanical illustration. Since I didn't do any collage or layering on the right side of the page, I used it kind of to give extra depth to the page. And later you'll see that I collaged underneath the illustration as well. So this is also a great idea. By using materials that you already have, you can get creative and do so much from them. The key is to experiment with what you have and to have fun learning and exploring new possibilities. My second tip for you is finding time to journal often. I must admit, finding time every day is really hard, but taking out 5 or 10 minutes every day, or even once or twice in a week, can help. The trick is to be consistent. If you're someone like me who doesn't know what to write in your journals, quotes are your best friend. If you are left with space that feels empty, you can write quotes or add doodles to it. But of course, if you are a writer, feel free to write your own work. It makes your page even more unique and personalized. Poetry, song lyrics, and passages from books can also be incredibly powerful sources of inspiration. An idea could be is to start a journal page with a favorite quote, write it out in the center of the page, then let the words guide your artistic process. One of my favorite ways to add quotes or words from books are random cutouts. It's quite a unique way to add words in your journal. Usually, I would go to Pinterest to find a quote that would complement the page or feel like adding to it. Sometimes, even adding just a word is enough and inspiring. My fourth tip for you is try to experiment with your handwriting. Although it's great to use stamps or stencils to add writing, adding your handwriting to your journal makes it unique. If you're interested in calligraphy, your journal is the best place to give it a go. Or even if it's a messy scrawl, the idea of it is to have fun creating. No pressure to make it perfect, just let the words flow and see where they take you. In my journals, I really like using watercolor flowers. Usually, when I paint, I do not decide what to paint beforehand, so mostly I'll go with the flow. If you're using your own art as the centerpiece, it helps to choose or paint it beforehand, or even just deciding what to work on beforehand helps. That way, it will take less time to decide and also help with the flow of your page and also make it cohesive. But of course, there are no rules, so my suggestion to you is to take your time to see what method is best for you. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you: finding inspiration from your mistakes. We all make them, and sometimes they can be frustrating. But what if I told you that your mistakes could actually be the key to unlocking new creative possibilities? Think about it. When something doesn't go as planned, you're forced to think on your feet, to adapt, and to try something different. That's where creativity really shines. Instead of seeing a mistake as a failure, look at it as an opportunity to experiment. Maybe a paint color didn't turn out the way you wanted, or a collage element didn't fit where you originally placed it. Take a step back and think, what can I do with this? Sometimes the most unexpected combinations or techniques come from these so called mistakes. Let them guide you to your new discoveries. You might end up with a page that's even better than what you originally envisioned. And even if you don't, you've learned something valuable along the way. So, my suggestion to you is embrace the messiness of the creative process and let your mistakes inspire you to keep going. I hope these ideas help you fill those blank pages with creativity and joy. I'd love to hear how you find inspiration for your art journal. So drop a comment below and share your work with me on Instagram. Until next time, happy journaling!